What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. Back with another review. Today, a bicycle cleaning review. Today we're going to take a look at a couple of bicycle cleaning products I picked up at my local Trek bicycle store. I was looking for a good degreaser cleaner soap that is safe to use on bicycles, and I thought, what better place to look than my local Trek shop? There's a ton of them around. 4, I would say, are within my area, and the guys at the store recommended 2 things. The first thing they recommended to me was Simple Green, who do indeed make an off-the-shelf cleaner and degreaser, but this one here is for bicycles. It is a foam spray. It is biodegradable, so it's safe to use if you want to clean your bike in the park or something like that. You don't have to worry about harming, the natural habitat. So they recommended the Simple Green, and then they recommended to me this lubricant called Tri-Flow. So together, between the Tri-Flow, which is $18.99, and the Simple Green, which is $12.99, you're going to spend about $30. But let me give you my first impressions, and let me walk you through exactly what I do to clean my bike, because these 2 combined, yes, even though it's pricey up front at around $30 to clean your bike, they do work together really well, and they will increase the lifespan of the components on your bike. And this is how. So first and foremost, after each time the bike gets cleaned, what you want to do is apply the Tri-Flow. And the Tri-Flow is a lubricant that you can use on all areas of the bike. So apply it down in the cracks and crevices where the brakes are, where the headset is, and the top tube on the handlebars. Apply it down by the pedals, the bottom bracket, and most importantly, you can apply it at the rear sprocket, the rear axle, the hub, the bearings there, and most importantly, on the chain, which is what I do. And what the Tri-Flow does is a really good job at working out all of the dirt and grime and sand and grit that you pick up riding on the road or maybe on the trail, what have you. And the result is, if you look just down here, sort of by the chain, by the bottom bracket, you can see all the debris that got flung off, and that is a result of the Tri-Flow, which is really good that we have the Simple Green, because the Simple Green does a really good job at removing that grime. So the lubricant goes on first, and then the Simple Green, and these 2 together do a really good job of keeping your bike out of the repair shop. So what we're going to do today is we're going to apply the Simple Green, we're going to wipe the bike off, and then we're going to apply lubricant, and I'm going to take you through the entire process. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. So let's go ahead, apply the Simple Green, shake up the bottle. I'll do like an up close so you can see just exactly how it works. It's a foam spray. So like I said, one area that a lot of grime came off from having applied the lube in that area is by the bottom bracket here. You can see the dirt got flung off, and what better way to clean that off than with the Simple Green. So just a nice little spray like so. And just like that, we've got down by the bottom bracket there, you can see we've got a nice coating of Simple Green. And what this is going to do is we can wait about 5 to 10 minutes, and what it does is it drips off. And because it's biodegradable, it can drip off into the grass and we don't have to worry about it. Now, a couple of other places that I wanted to clean. The brake pads, as you can see, have a ton of dirt and grime that have built up because at the beginning of the week I applied the Tri-Flow lubricant, and what it does is, like I said, it works out all the dirt and grime that you pick up on the road. And so now that the Tri-Flow has done its job, we need to spray away and clean away the excess. So let's go ahead and just do that there with the Simple Green. Really good stuff. A ton of fun to use this. And let's go ahead and apply it to the front brakes as well. And also, I applied some Simple Green underneath this part, the head tube, I believe this is called, because there's bearings under there. It does tend to creak and crack from time. That needs to be cleaned off as well. This portion up here is okay. It's actually kind of down there that I was worried about. Now let's go ahead and flip the bike over and do it again. And actually, this is part of the strategy. You want to start with the bike upright on its two wheels. You want to spray all the stuff that you want to spray. And then what you want to do is actually flip it over and get the underside. So like, for example, down here, you can see there's a ton of dirt and grime. We want to get that cleared out. And also a side of the bottom bracket we did not get. We'll get that. All of this back here looks pretty good, and I'm not too worried about that. But what I was actually going to say was, you want the bike to start off right side up. You want to apply the Simple Green to all of those spots right side up, and then flip it over and do it on its underside so that we can actually go to the next step, which is applying our Tri-Flow. And the reason why we want the bike upside down applying the Tri-Flow is because the most important area, I think, of applying the Tri-Flow, the lubricant, is to the chain. And the best way to apply the chain is actually to the underside, because that will be the side, this underside here, this part right here, that will be the side making contact. As you can see, this stuff is starting to sort of dissolve, the Simple Green that is. And once it starts to dissolve away, what you actually want to do is take some paper towel and wipe the excess away. So let's actually go ahead and do that now. And now for the finished results, the final results. Some say I'm obsessive with my bicycle, cleaning it and so on and so forth, but this, I believe, is the best way of keeping it out of the repair shop, right? Those guys don't want you dropping your bike off every weekend, and the best way to do that, if you're not mechanically inclined like myself, is to at least keep the bike as clean as possible, right? So as you can see, we applied the Simple Green here. We had some really bad, like not really bad, but you could definitely see where the lubricant had pushed off dirt and grime out from inside where the bottom bracket is, and left a bunch of black residue. Now, as you can see, we've got a beautiful, shiny, clean bottom bracket. So, the paper towel here, it's nice and dirty. Paper towels are really good way of cleaning off the Simple Green, because it actually kind of absorbs it and pulls that dirt and grime off when you absorb it off the bike. So definitely a good quality name brand paper towel, not the cheap stuff. This is a cheap one, but it'll work for this demonstration. But so now that we've got the bike cleaned using the Simple Green, what we need to do is reapply the Tri-Flow, starting with the chain, which is the reason why I wanted to flip the bike over. So let's go ahead and do that. And also take note how I apply the Tri-Flow to different parts of the bike, like at the rear axle, where the through axles are, where the pulleys are, around the bottom bracket once again, and also the head tube. Let's go ahead and do that now. And as always, take some paper towel and wipe away that excess grease after applying the lubricant. And again, a paper towel is a really good item to do that with, because you don't have to throw it in the wash. You can just throw it in the trash. But a nice hefty amount of dirt and grime and old grease that we just wiped off the chain with some paper towel using the Tri-Flow. Now that we've applied the lubricant to the chain on the underside, which is the most important side, let's go ahead and flip the bike over and apply some lubricant in a couple of other places, and then conclude the video. Now, the reason I flipped it over to finish it off was, first and foremost, like I said earlier, I wanted to show you around the brakes where I applied the Simple Green, and you can see nice and polished and clean looking. Remember earlier, all that dirt and grime and grit in between the front brake pads? Gone and not forgotten about. But okay, so now that we've got the bike over on its top side, one area of concern of mine recently has been around the seat posts. I was getting some creaking and cracking, and also a nice little application of tri-flow again around the crank. We'll do some more around where the drivetrain is attached to the frame. We'll go ahead and apply some tri-flow to the top part of the brakes. Go ahead and do that again for the front brake. There's some stuff down there that I want to sort of get to. And after applying this, you'll see a week after applying this, you'll get that dirt and grime back. But that's a good thing. That's what you want, because it's the tri-flow working everything out. So guys, that pretty much concludes this video. Today I showed you a couple of cleaning products. The first one being tri-flow. You want to apply this one directly after cleaning your bike, or maybe when you first get your bike, and then a week later, or maybe 2 weeks later, after it's done its job of pushing out all of that dirt and grime that it picks up. All that dirt and grime, by the way, that can damage components, it kicks that stuff out and keeps your bike out of the bike shop. After applying this, it's going to kick all that stuff out after a week, and then what you're going to want to do is pick up a can of this stuff right here, Simple Green. It's biodegradable. You can spray it on. You can do this in the grass at the park and not have to worry about being environmentally unfriendly, for example. Overall, it makes the bike shine and is really good at getting all that excess dirt and grime away. Today we looked at Simple Green and tri-flow, two really good bike cleaning products that you can pick up at your local Trek store. As always, I recommend using paper towels because you can throw them away. You don't have to like wash them and bleach towels, for example. I've learned my lesson the hard way. It's a time-consuming process to do that, and we love riding our bikes and getting back on the road as soon as possible. And who has time to clean towels when you could just use paper towels? But anyways, guys, Simple Green bike cleaner and degreaser and tri-flow for $30, even though kind of pricey, are two really good products that work together to keep your bike not only clean but out of the bike shop. Hit that comment section, comment down below, like for more, share this video with friends and family. My name is John. Thanks again so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next review.